Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beautiful Colors. I'm going to try to do this video as quiet as I possibly can because right now my son is asleep and I don't want to be too loud and wake him up. So I hope that you guys can hear me okay. But today I just wanted to do a Disney tag that I seen going around. A few people do. This was This was a few months ago when it came out, but the creator of this tag is Minnie Rach, and I will list her channel down below so that you guys can go and check hers out. And this was posted you know, a few months ago, so you might have to scroll down a little bit to see, you know, try to find her video, or maybe just type in Minnie Rach Disney tag and it'll come up. But anyways, this is a series of 10 questions, just Disney related questions that I'm going to answer for you guys. And while we're at it, I figured why not go ahead and get, you know, a book and start working on a Disney picture. Now, this is Disney Vitralas by Hachette Heroes. It is a very, very large book, so it is not going to fit all in frame, but I have picked a picture and I have started a little bit on it. So I'm going to try to relatively get it as much in frame as possible and maybe work on like either just the top or the bottom or the middle of it. So maybe I'll just pick, you know, like the background of the frame and try to do that. But anyways, I have the questions right here written down on a piece of paper, and I'm not quite sure what colors I want to do for this background yet. I haven't entirely picked them out. So let me see. What should we do the background? So I know the movie is based like where there's like snowy mountains and stuff. So I didn't know if I wanted to do like blues and purples for the background, or if I wanted to try to do some sort of like pastel-y, peachy, pinky, orangey sky sort of thing. I didn't know if I wanted to do that. And I'm not quite sure what I want to do for the border, but I guess we can go ahead and just wing it. And what I do have today to base this with is I wanted to go ahead and try to base it with my Tombow dual brush pens and go over it with pencil, since that is, well, that's not exactly what I did to this page, but I did color one page in here before where I think I based this with water-based markers, some of it, most of it, and went over it with pencil other than the gel pen. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do for this. But anyways, I guess I'll try to figure it out and go ahead and just tell you guys what question number 1 is and try to answer that. So question number 1 is favorite Disney movie. So these questions are going to be a lot of fun for me because I'm a huge Disney fan, and you'll see a running theme as I try to answer these questions is that it's really hard for me to pick just one thing. But I don't really have, you know, one favorite. I'm trying to find a piece of paper. Let me see. Maybe I can just use the back of this. I want to test this color out before I mark it down on my page. But anyways, I don't have like one favorite color. Excuse me. One favorite Disney movie. There's actually a few that I could name that are like my absolute favorites. So I guess for starters, one of my absolute favorite movies is, as far as Disney, of course, because this is a Disney tag, is going to have to be probably The Nightmare Before Christmas is one of my absolute favorites. I absolutely love that one. Huge fan of Nightmare Before Christmas. The Emperor's New Groove is going to be a second absolute favorite of mine. And to prove that, I'll actually show you guys something that's not coloring related. Let me just grab this real quick. But anyways, I am a huge Disney collector, huge Disney fan. I have a lot of Disney merchandise, and this is something that I collect also. So this is Emperor's New Groove. If you did not know, this is one of my absolute favorites. And this is a Disney Loungefly backpack, of which I have a lot of them. They're all stashed in my closet right now, but as you can see, that's Emperor's New Groove. That's one of my definite favorites. So yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas, I don't actually have, excuse me, a bag. Nightmare Before Christmas, but I do have lots of others. Like, for instance, Winnie the Pooh. I'm a huge fan of Winnie the Pooh. Let's see, like, I don't know. I'm gonna be talking forever because I just don't have, because I'm just a massive Disney fan, and I have been since I was a kid, and I just don't have one favorite. But I do have, you know, those few that really stands out as, you know, absolute, definitely a top 5 favorites. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out exactly what colors I want to do. I'm not quite sure yet. But, so, I guess to get down with it, it would be Emperor's New Groove, because not only do I have bags that I collect, you know, the Disney Loungefly bags, I also have pin collections, and the majority of my pins are Emperor's New Groove and Nightmare Before Christmas. I have a few others, like, and I could go on and on and on about my favorites, but I'm just trying to think of the ones that are, like, you know, absolute top, like I absolutely love. But Nightmare Before Christmas and The Emperor's New Groove are probably top, like some of my top ones up there. And let's see, Cars. I love the Cars movie. I watch that all the time. Ratatouille is another one of my absolute favorites. Like, I don't have anything Ratatouille yet, but my plan is to start collecting Ratatouille stuff. Cars stuff also. But I guess I'll just leave it at that and move on to the next question, or we would literally be here forever. Anyways, so question number 2 is favorite Disney character. Oh, that looks like the same color. Is that the same color? So favorite Disney character is pretty much going to kind of tie into and go along with favorite Disney movie, because obviously we love, you know, certain movies, you know, for the characters. At least I do anyways. So one of my top favorite Disney characters is Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. She's absolutely, if we're talking about Disney villains, absolutely top favorite villain. Like, I freaking love Yzma. She's just hilarious. I can quote, like, the whole movie to a T, especially all of her lines. I love it. It's hysterical. I laugh every time. Every time. I have so much fun watching that movie. Excuse me. But, so I guess since, you know, I'm sitting here coloring this, I could go ahead and talk about it. But, another, you know, favorite character of mine is right here, Coda. So this is Coda and Kenai from Brother Bear, if you don't know or if you've never seen. Let me start with this one. So my son actually is named after Coda. I named my son Dakota, and we call him Coda Bear. He is 9 months old now, so yeah, that's really exciting. I'm a huge Disney fan, so even my dog is named after, you know, a Disney character, which is Hercules. That's another one of my favorite movies and another one of my favorite characters. But there's more questions to answer, so I'll just keep going. Anyways, so as far as favorite Disney character, I guess you could say, I guess we'll just use Yzma as, you know, for the sake of picking one and moving on. But I have so many favorites, it's ridiculous. But anyways, question number 3 is favorite Disney princess. Now, again, I have a lot of favorites. I don't have just one, but I can tell you this. when it comes to Disney princesses, there is one that always stands out to me. And as far as even like coloring related, this is one that if you've seen my videos, I've colored a lot of her portraits, a lot of her pictures, a lot of, you know, people I have colored, I have depicted to look like or be this princess. But anyways, Snow White. Snow White is absolutely one of my favorite princesses, and that's probably not a very popular opinion. But for me, there's just something about the movie. I love the movie. It's very nostalgic. I love her dress, like the colors of her dress, the red and the yellow and blue. I absolutely love it. I don't know. I love that movie. I love her. I love the music, her, like the songs and everything that she sings in that movie. There's just a lot about Snow White that I like. So definitely one of my top favorites, but you know, I do have a lot more favorites than just Snow White. Let me see, like for instance, I'm trying to make sure I don't name someone that's not a princess technically. Let me see, well, I can't think of any others that's like a top favorite. Other Snow White really stands out to me, and so I guess yes, she would be a favorite of mine. So yeah, we'll just go with Snow White. But anyways, number 4 is an underrated Disney movie. So I don't honestly know if I have an answer to this one, because a lot of the Disney movies that I watch and that I watch often are a lot of the really, really popular ones. But, you know, I guess this is as far as opinion. You know, in your opinion, what do you think is the most underrated Disney movie? So, because The Emperor's New Groove is one of my absolute top favorite movies, and like I said, there are others. I have lots of other favorites I could talk about for hours, but we would be here too long. We would be here forever. So The Emperor's New Groove, I would actually probably definitely say most underrated, because if you are a huge fan of Disney like I am, and you know, you're always going to, you know, the shops and the stores and the malls, and you're always on Shop Disney. I shop around for Disney merch all the time, as often as I can. I'm constantly looking for Disney merch in the stores. And like, as far as underrated in my eyes, because it's very, very hard to come by merchandise that has to do with the Emperor's New Groove. Like, it's really hard. Like, there's hardly anything out there with the Emperor's New Groove on it, which is why when I found this bag, I absolutely flipped out and I was like, oh my god, I gotta have it. And I did get the matching wallet as well. But also, this one right here, Brother Bear, for instance, this movie is a fantastic movie. I absolutely love it. It's you know, it's comical, it's sad, it's just a really cute, really good movie. And you know, you don't hear or see a lot about this movie either. But, and here I can add this as well, Atlantis. If you've never seen the movie Atlantis, another one of my favorite characters, Kida. I don't necessarily love the movie, like top, you know, faves, like absolutely love the movie, watch it all the time, because I don't watch it that often. But it is still a good movie, and it's definitely probably most definitely in a lot of people's categories of underrated movie, because it is a good movie, and it has some, you know, great characters. For instance, Kida, she's one of my favorite characters. I love her. And just the colors of that movie, I absolutely love, like the bright blues and everything. So yeah, there's a few. But anyways, moving on. Number 5 is opinions on Marvel and Star Wars. So let me just keep this right here. This is number 451. Let me see if I have any doubles. There's only a few that I have doubles of. I just want to make sure I don't grab the same one. So this is 452, this is 453, 452. So yeah, wait a minute. 452 and 452, why are those not the same color? Huh. I never noticed that. I hope I didn't mix the caps up somehow. Anyways, let me see. This is 553, 620. Okay, Siri's trying to interrupt me, and nope, I did not ask you, Siri. Okay. Anyways, let me see what color. I don't know if I want to do all blue, all purple, or like blue and purple. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just hoping I don't really screw this up and make myself really mad, because I can't take it back once I scribble it on the paper. Anyways, let me see. I don't know. I'm really struggling with this picture, guys. I really wanted to do this picture because, you know, it reminds me of my son, because I named my son after this character, so I really wanted to do this picture. But as far as all of this background, I had no clue what I wanted to do for this background. But anyways, question number 5 is opinions on Marvel and Star Wars. Yes, to get to that. So my opinions on Marvel and Star Wars is... Oh, let me pause. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, sorry about that. My son had woke up, and it's actually a different day that I'm doing this. And as you can see from my page, I actually tried out some other colors and everything on the background. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue with the questions and continue with the background. So I had said question number 5, opinions on Marvel and Star Wars. So to answer the question, my opinions on Marvel and Star Wars, I don't know exactly how I'm supposed to answer this question, other than I guess that how do you feel about it, you know, that Disney owns it, or how do you feel about it in general? Do you like the series, whatever? And I guess to answer that question, I am a huge Star Wars fan, not a huge Marvel fan. Now, I may not be a huge Marvel fan because I've never seen any of the Marvel movies, other than I think I seen the Hulk a long time ago when I was a kid, and then just recently, and I say recently, but I mean like maybe like a year or two ago, I watched what you call it, I watched the first what's it called, Captain America, because I had never seen that before, and I wanted to know his story and his background and stuff like that. But as far as it, you know, Disney now owning it, I think that it's fantastic. It's great. You know, it just gives Disney fans like myself more characters to love and admire, and, you know, more Disney movies and characters and shows and stuff to watch now that, you know, Disney owns it. But as far as Star Wars, I watched Star Wars as a kid all the time, 24/7. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I couldn't be more stoked that Disney now owns Star Wars, and, you know, Hollywood Studios, and has, you know, Star Wars Land and stuff like that. Like, I am super stoked about that. Like, I absolutely think that's the coolest thing ever. So yeah, I mean, I think Marvel and Star Wars is great. Not a super Marvel fan, but super huge Star Wars fan. So moving on, question number 6, your least favorite Disney movie. So my least favorite Disney movie, and clearly I did not, you know, pre-think these questions through. This is completely on the fly answering these questions, which is why I'm taking a second to kind of think about it. So I apologize if it's bothering me that I'm taking a second, but let's see. Least favorite Disney movie. Well, I don't know about least favorite, because I don't think I have a least favorite, but I do have, you know, those certain ones that I don't really care for. I don't really care to watch. And actually my least favorites are probably a very unpopular opinion. And I'm not talking about as like far as the characters in the movies, because, you know, some of them are iconic and great and stuff like that. But for instance, like Dumbo. So in the scenario, like Dumbo, not a huge fan of the movie. Don't ever hardly watch it. But Dumbo himself, I absolutely love Dumbo. I think he's the cutest freaking elephant. So adorable. And not only that, he really reminds me of my daughter, because she has always loved stuffed animals and, you know, collected little what they are now, TY Beanie Boos and TY Disney little stuffies and stuff like that. And she bought a Dumbo one a few years back, and ever since then she's like held on to it, and it's just been, it was the cutest, softest little Dumbo like stuffy that you would have ever seen. And recently her dad brought her back another one. When he was on a trip, he brought back a different version of Dumbo, and she absolutely loved that one too. So Dumbo reminds me of my daughter. I love Dumbo. He's super cute. The movie, not so much. Also Bambi, Fox and the Hound. Like, these are very unpopular opinions. I know I'm probably gonna get some, what, are you crazy? But like, those ones are just not my cup of tea. I don't like the really sad, sappy Disney movies that, you know, make you want to cry because something tragic happened or someone died. And Fox and the Hound, I'm sorry, but that is just like the saddest movie. Like, cute characters, I know, I get it, but just freaking sad. And Bambi, you know, the death thing, and that's just sad, and I just don't like the sad, sappy ones. I just don't. So I guess those are a few of my least favorites. I probably could tell you some more, but we'll just move on to number 7, which is favorite Renaissance movie, which is from 1989 to 1999, so one of the older original Disney movies. So my favorite one, let me see. Honestly, let's see. When did Snow White come out? I didn't even look this up. I probably should have. Did Snow White come out before 1989? Because I feel like, and God, I know I'm probably looking so dumb right now, but I didn't look this up before, and I probably should have. So I know for a fact, I'm pretty sure Lion King came out between there somewhere. I think The Lion King came out around the year I was born, so I'll just go ahead and say The Lion King, because it is one of my favorites. And yes, it is sad and sappy, and, you know, Mufasa dies, which that part I literally always just don't watch it or skip it, because I love The Lion King. It is one of my favorite movies, but I just don't like that part and that scene. So I guess that's an exception to my, I guess, liking or whatever. So yeah, we'll just go with Lion King. Question number 8 is your favorite sidekick. Oh boy. This one is gonna be really hard. I have so if you know me and you're like close to me, you know that the majority of my favorite Disney characters are sidekicks, because there's just nothing like a Disney sidekick. I'm sorry. They're a lot of the reasons why some of the movies are so great, because the sidekicks are just fan-flippin-tastic. So I don't know. There's so many that runs through my head. I'm just gonna name the ones that pop into my head, because I don't have one favorite. I have a lot of favorites. So Mushu, Pain and Panic from Hercules, even Cricky, I like love him too. Let's see, there's lots of others. I'm drawing a blank right now though. Let's see, drawing a blank. Sorry, didn't mean to shake the camera. Come on, think. I don't want to draw a blank. I don't know. I guess Mushu just popped into my head, so he must be up there. And Pain and Panic, again, must be... Oh, Zero, duh. He's kind of like a sidekick, right? He's like the side character. There's so many. There's so many, but right now I'm literally drawing a blank. So I guess I'll just move on. But there, you have a few of my favorites, so that should be good enough. Question number 9. If you were a character in Encanto, what ability would you have? Oh, I remember this question. So just to sum this one up, make this one really, really, really simple. Out of all of the characters, I mean, I know the question is, what ability would you have? Not what ability of the ones that are already there would you have. But I really feel like my ability would be being able to speak to animals, because that has, like, animals have always been a huge part of my life, and I have always absolutely loved animals. I still do. Definitely would probably be being able to speak to animals. That, honestly, that would probably be what my power is. But I absolutely love Encanto. The movie's great. So we'll just move on to the last question. And question number 10 is, have you been to Disney World? Now, this is where I could get a few more minutes into this recording and talk all about Disney and how many times I've been. But to answer the question, yes. I have been to Disney many, many, many times, and actually am going to Disney World in November. And for those of you that, go to Disney World regularly, if you do, if you have, if you know anything about crowd levels and good and bad times to go, this time actually we're going the week of Thanksgiving. So that Thanksgiving Saturday to the next Saturday is the dates will be in Florida. But Sunday to Friday is when we'll be at Disney. And it is going to be very busy and very hectic. Yes, I am completely aware of that. I actually did not choose the dates. That was my husband's doing. So he is the one to blame for the hectic crowd levels that we are about to endure. But I grew up all my childhood and all my life going to Disney World. My grandfather and my grandmother live and have lived. My grandfather passed away in 2009. He's no longer with us, but before he passed away, my grandmother not so much, because I guess she would have just rather let my grandfather take us, because he was much more of the, absolutely loved kids and loved to take us places, and I guess my grandmother just preferred to stay home and relax. But all my childhood, I have memories of my grandfather taking me to Disney World, me and my brothers to Disney World, almost every year. When we would go and visit, that's what he would do. He would take us to Disney World or SeaWorld. And so I have lots of memories of that. As an older teenager and now getting into an adult, becoming an adult, I went in 2015, when my husband, when we were dating, he came back from Europe because he was in the military at the time. He came back on leave and took me to one of the parks. And then, no, that was in 2016. Previously in 2015, I had convinced my parents to take me and my brothers and all of us to Magic Kingdom. So I went in 2015 and I went in 2016, and we're going again this year in November in just a few months. And before my grandfather passed away, which was 2009, and he had been sick for a while, so it was in like the early 2000s. From when I was born, which was 96, up until, you know, he got sick, which was probably 2007, 2008. He had pretty much taken us like almost every year. So anyways, that is all of the questions, and I'm sorry I didn't get more coloring done, but I guess the whole point of the tag is to answer the questions and not coloring, but, you know, give you something to watch while I talk my little mouth off. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed doing this tag. Again, this tag was done by Minnie Rach, and I will list her channel down below. I actually, let's see, sorry, brainstorming here. No, I'll list her channel down below, and she actually didn't tag me. She probably didn't even know about me or my channel. I had commented on her video and said that I was going to be doing this video because I thought it was a great idea and I loved the questions and all that. So it's really late. I think her video came out maybe 5-6 months ago. It was a while ago, but I guess there's no time limit on these kind of things. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. You know, if you liked it, please feel free to give it a like and maybe subscribe for more content. I'm trying my absolute best with everything that's going on in my life right now to get content out, which is why I decided to do this, because I know it's been a while since I've posted. But, you know, if you have your own, you know, answers to these questions and you don't have a channel, go ahead and pop your answers to the questions down below in the comments. I would love to know what you guys think. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.